Tensions continue to escalate across the country and around the world. RFD-TV's Sarah Mock joining us live from Washington for another update on this developing story.
Well, thanks, Mark. As you say, we have been following reactions on these Chinese tariffs all day. We are hearing ag industry reactions from here in Washington and from across the country. And I think overall they've been generally in step with a similar message, kind of taking on that idea that just because these tariffs have only been announced, there's kind of the suggestion that they can't have hurt farmers yet, which, of course, after the market action we saw yesterday, just patently isn't true. Now, after soybeans fell more than 40 cents yesterday, which the American Soybean Association says could cost farmers in 2018 $1.7 billion. That organization's president urged the President Trump to return to the negotiating table and work with China constructively and not punitively. The national sorghum producers had a similar statement suggesting that just having their crop on that list of tariffs, despite the fact that the tariffs are still tentative, has already hurt farmers, and they're already dealing with the fallout. Now, of course, the American Farm Bureau also came out with a very strong statement saying, quote, China's threatened retaliation against U.S. tariff proposals is testing the patience and optimism of families who are facing the worst agricultural economy in 16 years. This simply has to stop. Now, AFBF president went on to say that farmers cannot afford to lose any markets right now, not least of which is China, and urged the two nations to again return to the negotiating table. Now, lawmakers had some advice for President Trump as well today. North Dakota Senator Heidi Heitkamp suggested that rather than using tariffs, damaging tariffs, that the president might be able to use other trade forces to kind of rein in China's spending, and encouraged him to walk away from tariffs that are hurting not just American agriculture, but also impacting rural communities more broadly. Iowa Senator Joni Ernst also expressed hope that the president might reconsider these tariffs, saying in a statement, quote, I spoke with the president today directly about these issues and look forward to weighing in on those concerns as the administration enters the public comment phase of their proposed tariffs. Now, of course, Ernst there is talking about that May 15th public hearing that the U.S. Trade Representative has scheduled to hear comments from U.S. agriculture and others who are concerned about the tariffs, as well as a 6-month-long public comment period that will continue through the rest of the year. This story is evolving so quickly, and we're hearing news throughout the morning and throughout the rest of the week. I'm sure we'll be following it from here in Washington. But until then, back to you, Mark.
Very good. Thanks for the update, keeping us informed from our nation's capital. That's D.C. Bureau Chief Sarah Mock, live from our nation's capital. Well, elsewhere, Nebraska may be known as the Cornhusker State. When it comes to agricultural exports, international sales of soybeans bring home the greatest value. That's the latest trade